everybody, and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cool Kate bracelet, and this was designed by rainbowloom_adventures on Instagram. I will have her name in the description box below, and I will also bring up her profile on Instagram. Also, this is the back side of the bracelet in case you wanted a little look at the other side, sorry. And it's a little bit different than the front side, but I like how the front side, these bands cross like this. But anyway, I'm going to bring up Rainbow Loom Adventures profile. So Instagram doesn't fit her entire name up here, but like I said before, I have it in the description box below. So definitely make sure to check out her account on Instagram, give her a follow because her account is really nice. Also, this is just a quick overview of her profile. The photos don't seem to be loading, but she posts a ton of really cool renditions, and she comes up with the greatest original designs. So I just thought I would share this with you. This is also the, oops, clicked on the wrong picture. This is her Kate bracelet right here. And I'm going to show you how to make that today. So again, that's rainbowloom_adventures. And make sure to check her out on Instagram and give her a follow for me. So once we have this set up on your loom, sorry, that was a little bit different than what I usually say. What you're going to need today is 7 bar pins set up like this. You're going to have the center 3 in a staggered configuration, and then these next two aligned, or this next one aligned here, and then this one down to the outside. And you're also going to need a hook, a C-clip, and a bunch of colors. Today I am only using 5 colors, but in this bracelet I think I used 7 or 8. It took me forever to find a good color combination for this bracelet, but I'm really liking how it turned out. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. To make a full wrap, you might want to use 2 full looms, or like 1 peg down, because this one is pretty tight. So anyway, let's go ahead and actually get started. So first we're going to be placing our border bands in this bracelet. It's this pink sweets on the outside. I'm going to be using this neon orange from Michaels for it. So first you're going to start here on this bottom center peg and just go up and to the left, up and to the right. Then you're going to go across just straight and then down to the outside. Again across and down to the outside. Now we're just going to trace the border of this loom all the way up until we reach this last peg, and then I'll show you what we do when we finish. So all you're going to do is just lay 2 single chains, or your border, one over the other all the way down your loom. Also, this bracelet is very time consuming, especially if you are blinging it, which I am planning to do right now. I actually have some of my blings set up, so I'm really excited to see how that will come out. And also, if you are a blinger, this bracelet is really awesome to be blinging, so if you like it, make sure to do it. Alright, so I finished my left side. I'm going to go ahead and do my right side before I go any farther. Also, make sure that you are pushing your bands down. There's a lot of layers that we have to place, especially since this is a very wide bracelet. You definitely want some space on your pins. So once you get up to the very top, what you're going to want to do is go up, across, and down into the center. Again, just tracing the border of your loom. And I'm going to repeat this on the right side. Go up, oops, across, and down into the center. So once your loom looks like this, you're going to want to go ahead and come back to the beginning of your loom, and we're going to place our next layer in this bracelet. It's this Caribbean green that's on the outside, and I'm going to be using dark green today. So to start, you're going to want to start on this outermost left peg on the first pin, and you're going to go up and into the center here. Same on the right side. And then you're just going to do a short stretch across, like this. And keep pushing your bands down. Then go up to this peg, go up into the center, and across, up into the center here, and across. So you're going to be doing this all the way down to the rest of your, down till the end of your loom. Oh my gosh, getting my words jumbled. I'm going to go ahead and keep doing this. You can follow along or skip ahead if you're a little bit faster than I am. I know I'm not the fastest band placer, so if you need to skip ahead, go ahead. And again, once you have finished, your loom should look something like this. So your X's, was what I call X's, they're like plus signs or something. So anyway, it should end up here at this top peg and out here, again up here and out here. So once you have finished that, go ahead and come back to the beginning of your loom. We're now going to place a very simple layer, which in this bracelet is these turquoise bands that seem to go straight across, and that's what they do, they go straight across. I'm going to be using, orange jelly for this. So orange and green I think look really good together. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You're going to start on this second pin on the second peg on the second pin. Just go across like this. And it's just laying one band across. So it's nothing really too difficult. The looping for this also isn't very difficult either, so don't worry about it. It's just a fun little addition to this bracelet. I'm going to go ahead and finish my left side really quick, and then I'm going to come back and do my right side, and then I will show you what you do next. Also, when you end, just make sure that you end here and not here. We're not going to place any bands here because we already have our border bands. And same here, we're not going to place any here because we have our border bands there. Alright, so once you have finished that, go ahead and push down your bands. Make sure that they're all nice and even. Push down. And now what we're going to be doing is placing our next layer, which is the spearmint sweets in here. It also is this edge on the back side. And those are going to be X bands as well. I'm going to be using neon green for this. But these X bands are placed a little bit different than these outermost ones because they're on these two aligned pegs. So you want to start on the outside peg. By outside I mean of these two, this is the outside, and of these two, this is the outside. You're going to go up and into the center, and then from this outside peg, go up and into the center. Make sure that you do it in this order. Then take it from the inside peg to the outside, and this inside peg to the outside. Then what you're going to do is, again, from this outside peg, go into the center, and then from the inside peg back to the outside. Sorry, that was really weird. Anyway, You're just going to continue doing this all the way down your loom. Make sure that you keep placing the band that goes to the inside first before you do the one that goes to the outside, because it does matter in your looping process. And then as you go to the top, it should end like this, again going to the inside and then to the outside. Just wanted to look at that. I don't know why I flipped that over. But anyway, I'm going to finish my right side here, and then I will show you the next couple of steps. We still have 3 more layers to place, and then our cap bands, and then we can loop. Okay, so once you are down at the end of your loom, it should look like this. It should look like this now. Then come back to the beginning of your loom. You should have these 3 in the center left open, and we're now going to be taking our single chain bands. I am using the last of my lime green bands here, and what we're going to be doing is simply just placing a single chain. Now this is this plum bands in the bracelet. It outlines the center here, and it's just the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and start from this and this peg, and we're just going to go down the loom, laying one band after the other. I'm going to go ahead and do my left side, then I'll come back and do my right side. Alright, so once you have finished this, your single chain should end up here, and then once you have that finished, come back to the beginning of your loom, and we're now going to place our next bands, which in this bracelet is this fuchsia medieval here. Yeah, so that's what it looks like on both sides. And what you're going to do is, I'm using dark green for this again, so I'm repeating some colors. And what we're going to do is start up here on the 3rd peg in the center. I know it's a little bit different. 3rd peg in the center, go down to the outside, or up into the center, and then into the center again. And then you're going to continue that X by going back out and back out. So as you can see, there's a little hexagon shape here, and we want to leave another hexagon here, so we're going to skip this peg and then go to the next center peg. From that center peg, you're going to want to connect these 4 corners. Oops. Again, leaving a hexagon here in the center. So go ahead and do this all the way down to the end of your loom. Remember, you are skipping a peg in the center and then going to the next center peg to lay your bands. And if you are doing this on 2 loom lengths long, just make sure that you have a hexagon here near the end of your loom, just like that. So then what you're going to do is you're going to come back down to the beginning of your loom, and what you're going to do now is we're going to be placing these center starbursts here. I have a gold cap band in the center, but today I'm just going to use the starburst color, and the starburst color for me is going to be the neon orange I used for my border. So what we're going to do is just start on the center peg. You're going to go out to the left, or out to the 2 o'clock position, then down to the 4, then the 6, the 8, the 10, and the 12. Just go around in a clockwise configuration. And then you can just put a cap band on the center, just a regular cap band. And also you can choose a different color if you want it to show through. You're going to go to the next hexagon, and we're going to do this again. So again, going out to the 2 o'clock, and then around in a clockwise, configuration. And if you want to go in a different configuration, that's okay. It's just easier for me to teach it going the same direction. Also, I didn't place a cap band here yet, so just remember to be placing them as you go down or at the end before you start looping. This is going to be a really long tutorial, by the way. And also, if you would like, I'm going to just do this. I'm going to be placing 2 of my dark green bands up into the center like the X, but I'm not going to complete the top because the border bands are already there. It kind of didn't occur to me when I was placing the dark green bands to do that, so I'm doing it now. And lastly, placing a cap band in the center. So about 18 minutes in, and we're finally done placing all of these bands. So go ahead and turn your loom around so that the arrows are pointing towards you. We have a bunch of bands to loop. So what we're first going to do is go underneath of the center cap band on the starburst, and you're just going to loop out all of the starbursts. So just going underneath and grabbing that top band, making sure that your cap band stays on. You're going to pull it back to itself, and then around. And after you pull down that first band, or after you loop your starburst, you can go ahead and place a capping band here on the end if you would like. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and continue looping the rest of my starburst. It's just simple, going underneath of the capping band and grabbing the top band and pulling it back to itself all the way around. So once you have finished looping out all of your starbursts, you may want to push down your bands. And then you're going to come back to the beginning, and now we're going to be looping these dark green X bands. So to start, I'm going to go underneath of the capping band here and my starburst bands. Oops. Going to grab that top X band and pull it out to itself. Grab this band, pull it out to itself, and that's just for the first one. The second one, you'll go underneath all those bands, grab that, pull it out to itself. This, pull it out to itself. This, and this. So it should look like this once you're finished looping out your X. And I'm going to go ahead and do this all the way down the loom, so make sure that you do the same, and I'll come back and I will show you what bands to loop next. Then once you have finished that, your band should look like this now. If you want, you can push those down a little bit, come back to the beginning, and what we're going to now do is just simply loop these single chains forward. But obviously we don't have a cap band here, so what we're going to do is go underneath of this cap band, grab that bottom band, or the top band, sorry, and pull those two down to themselves. Then just go inside of this top loop and grab that top single chain band, pull it forward, and same on the right side, pull it forward, then go underneath of here and grab the single chain and just pull it straight forward all the way down to the end of your loom. Once you reach the end of your loom, you just loop this one up here, then go ahead and push down these bands, and I'm going to go ahead and do my right side as well. It's just the same thing all the way up. Oops. Make sure that you don't grab those bands that are not your single chain band if you have to move it around. It's a little bit harder to grab this first one. And again, once you reach the top of your loom, go ahead and push down all those bands. Come back to the beginning. Now we're going to be looping our X bands in here. And what you're going to do is you're going to go underneath of here. I like to push them both back even though you're only going underneath of this top layer. I like to grab this band. And if you looped, or if you placed your bands right, sorry, it should be the bottom band. Just loop it to itself. Again on this side, just go in, grab that bottom band, loop it out to itself. Then go inside of here, grab that bottom perimeter, pull it out, and pull it out. Then you're going to go inside of this peg, grab the top X band and pull it to itself. And same here, go underneath, grab the top X band, pull it to itself. Then going inside of here, you're going to grab this top X band, pull it, or bottom band, pull it to itself, then this top band, pull it to itself. So the inside is always going to be your bottom band, and the outside is going to be your top. And you're just going to loop it to themselves all the way down until you reach the end of your loom. Oops. Careful you don't grab another band. If that happens, just go ahead and fix it. Oops, I keep grabbing the orange band, just be aware of that. So once I am at the top, I'm just going to go ahead and push down all of my X bands. But of course I still have to do my right side. This is just so you can see what it looks like at the top. Oops. Okay, I'm going to adjust that again. Again, once you get to the top, go ahead and push down your bands. It should look like this. Alright, so once you have gotten back to the beginning of your loom, what you're going to be doing is looping these orange jelly bands that are underneath of here. So just go to the bottom from the inside and grab that yellow or orange jelly band, and pull it out to itself. That's all you have to do. Go inside here, pull it out to itself. And just do this all the way down until you reach the end of your loom, and make sure that you do this on both sides. And we have a couple more steps, and then it can finally be done. I'm going to keep pulling out my right side all the way down until I reach the end of my loom. Alright, so once you have gotten to this point and you have finished all of this, all of the orange jelly bands, you can go ahead and push them down a little bit and come back to the beginning of your loom. Now what we're going to be doing is looping these outer X bands, or your dark green bands. And what you're going to be doing is similar to what we did with the neon green. You're going to be grabbing that bottom band from inside of here, pulling it to the outside, then go inside of this peg, grab your border, pull it to the outside, then go inside of there again, grab the short end and pull it to the inside. And again, I'll repeat this on the other side. You're going to go underneath of here, and you're going to grab that dark green band. You're going to pull it to itself. You're going to pull out the border band, and then pull that short end to the inside. Again here, just make sure that you're pushing back all those bands. It's a little bit difficult to see. You're going to go all the way to the bottom, you're going to grab that band and you're going to pull it out to itself. This band goes in. Again, this band goes out all the way up to itself, and this one goes in. So go ahead and do this all the way down your loom. It's pretty similar to looping another X, just one band isn't stretching as far and one band is stretching farther than normal. And if you placed your bands correctly, the long stretch band should be on the bottom. And it should look like this when you are finished with one of your sides. Go ahead and push down these outer bands because we still have to loop our border. And then repeat this on your other side. Oops, I almost looped that the wrong way. I have to, one second, grab this underneath of here and wiggle it through. Put that back on. Oops, that's not back on. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so once you have finished looping those X-ish bands, go ahead and push down all of these bands and come back to the beginning. Now we get to loop our border band. So we have already looped out all of these bottom bands. Now we just have to loop up and then in. So just go ahead and pull up. Sorry. You single chains a couple of times on both sides. Then what I like to do is just take off this entire bottom row because it's a little bit weirdly stretched because some of the bands grab parts and not the other parts. So go ahead and do this all the way down until you reach the end of your loom. And go ahead and do my right side here. And then all you have to do is just grab this band and pull it down, grab this band and pull it over, and this band up and into the center. Then I like to take this top part off, and then same on this side, pull this down, this in, and this up, and again pull that off. I'm going to take my extension band, stick it down through here, and now I'm going to go ahead and start pulling this off. It is a pretty wide bracelet, so it's not super easy to pull off. Just try your best without breaking your bands. Try and wiggle off your border a few at a time, and then go down the rest of your loom. start pulling mine from here now. Okay, so once you have it finished, go ahead and stretch it out and pull on it. Choose whatever side you like. They're both pretty similar, but they are really, really nice. So anyway, that's going to finish it for this tutorial. So thank you for watching. Make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe. I will have Rainbow Loom Adventures name in the description box below. Also, if you have an Instagram account and you decide to make one of these, definitely make sure to check it out and tag us in your renditions. That's all I'm going to have for you guys today, and I hope to see you next time.